Hey guys, welcome back again to another exciting video. In the previous video, we have discussed about keyboards. We hope you have learned a lot from it. If not and you are interested in keyboard too, then don't miss out the video. You can catch up with it by clicking the link in description. Here in today's video, we are going to explain you everything about the Tanpura. The points we are going to discuss are about its introduction, history, construction, bridge and strings, types, playing techniques and mechanics. Therefore, before we begin, if you are new to this channel and like the content we post, then go and hit the subscribe button and push the bell icon so that you'll be notified when we upload a new video. Let's get started. This video is divided into 3 parts, and in today's part, we will discuss about the Tanpura's introduction, history and the construction. Get excited. At first, from the introduction, the Tanpura or Tambura or Tanpuri is a long-necked plucked string instrument originating from India, found in various forms in Indian music. It plays an important role in a concert of classical music by providing the bass note or adharaswara by creating an aesthetic ambience on the stage. A well-tuned tanpura can emit possibly all the 7 notes of the gamut. The tanpura, its function of providing a background, provides neither a specific note or rhythm. It creates a circle of certain pitches which by themselves do not produce a melody. Therefore, it will be more appropriate if we say that the tanpura creates a melodic background but not a melody. Thus, the tanpura provides a drone, that is adharswara, designed to create a musical state in which an artist enjoys the fullest possible freedom to explore the different elements of the music. The continuous drone of the tanpura can also impart a musical continuity, especially to the plucked and struck instruments, which do not possess a musical continuity in their sound production. Tambora, tambura, tumbura or tamura are all synonyms of tanpura, which is relatively a new nomenclature given it to in the northern Indian music, whereas in Carnatic music it is still called tambura. Well, that was with the introduction. Now let's get on with the history. Tanpuras form the root of the ensemble and indeed of the music itself, as the tanpura creates an acoustic dynamic reference chord from which the ragas derive their distinctive character, color and flavor. The harmonic drone component of Indian classical music dates back to the ancient times. Over 2000 years ago, the foundational text on the arts, Natya Shastra, identified the root ensemble of music as rhythm, melody and harmonics. These 3 concepts are represented musically as talas, ragas and drone. The drone noise is meant to form a series of notes within the raga, providing a bass tone as the backdrop for everything else. Early evidence of harmonic drones came into other instrumental forms, including other stringed instruments and the wind instruments Ottu. It is believed that the tanpura as we know it today evolved from the sitar, which also includes drone strings called sympathetic strings. By the 16th century, the tanpura had become a standard addition to the classical ensembles, as evidenced by its presence in the paintings and compositions from that era. Later on, the electronic tanpura was invented in the late 19th century by G. Raj Narayan, an engineer and a musician. Beginning first as electronic boxes with transistors that imitated the sound of a tanpura, the electronic versions evolved a loop recording of the traditional tanpura. Though controversial among the performing artists, electronic tanpura is undoubtedly a practical accompaniment for many musicians. Most recently, in the 2000s, mobile apps have been developed to make the classic tanpura sound even more accessible. We hope the history was interesting. Now let's go to the construction. The body shape of the tanpura somewhat resembles that of the sitar, but it has no frets, as the strings are always plucked at their full length. One or more tanpuras may be used to accompany vocalists or instrumentalists. It has 4 or 5, rarely 6 metal strings, which are plugged one after another in a regular pattern to create a harmonic resonance on the basic notes of a key. The Tanpura has a hollow body. The body is carefully designed sound box. It consists of the front of the Tanpura called the soundboard or tabli, the gourd or the tumba, and the neck heel gulu at the back of the fingerboard. The Tanpura is a plugged chordophone. The vibrations set up by the plucking the string are conveyed to the resonator through the bridge and the resonating plank tabli. The air cavity inside the tumba and the rest of the body is set into forced vibrations which lead to the amplification and projection of the basic tone. The best wood to make tanpuras is from the tun wood or Spanish cedar. Teak is also used for this purpose. The wood used should be well seasoned or kiln dried so that it stands up to the changes in temperature as well as humidity. The polishing is done by hand, preferably with the French chaleur with a spirit base. But before it is polished, the body is made smooth by sandpaper. The polish has to be dried at least for 15 days before fitting the pegs and bridges for a good result. The fittings of the Tanpura are khunti, pegs, targahan, nuts, javari, bridge, and strings. The wood used for pegs is preferably seasoned rosewood, and the bridge and nuts are preferably made out of a staghorn. All the joints of the Tanpura's body are very important and therefore should be treated consciously. The Tanpuras are decorated with fine inlay work and wooden leaf patterns to give it a much better appearance. There are 4 metal strings, 3 of them made of steel and the 4th and the lowest one is of brass. Carnatic tamburas usually have wooden bodies. The most preferred wood to make the body is jackwood. The bowl is usually a large one from 10 to 18 inches wide. The overall length of the instrument varies from 3.5 feet to 5 feet. The body is usually slightly convex. The bridge is made of ivory or wood. In appearance, the tambura is like the southern veena without the second gourd. The most important part of the tambura is the wide bridge made out of different materials, which are ebony wood or ivory, staghorn or even camel bone. Looking at the increasing demand for compact, portable and easy to handle tanpuras for travel purpose, efforts have made to redesign its large and fragile body and to produce smaller, compact instrument with a satisfactorily ambient sound and clear sustaining tonic center. The newly developed tanpura, better known as tamburi, is a perfectly designed instrument so far as its sound, tone, volume and compactness are concerned. The sound box assembly is made without the gourd and neck heel gulu. It is hollowed out of a single wooden base, preferably tun, and carved in such a manner that it is able to perform the same function as that of the tumba and is merely 38.5 inches long. The instrument can be tuned to variable notes with the shuffling of different gauged strings. The Mirajkar family of Miraj is regarded as the finest producers of tanpuras in the world. The family has been making tanpuras for over 7 generations. Tanpuras are designed in 2 different styles, the Miraj style and the Tanjori style. The Miraj style is the favorite form of tanpura for Hindustani performers. It is usually between 3 and 5 feet in length with a carved rounded resonator plate tabli and a long hollow straight neck in section resembling a rounded capital D. The round lower chamber to which the tabli, the connecting heel piece and the neck dhand are fixed is cut from a selected and dried gourd tumba. Wood used is either teak or tun, and bridges are usually cut from one piece of the bone. Next, Tanjori style. This is a South Indian style of tambura used widely by the Carnatic performers. It has somewhat different shape and style of decoration from the one that of Miraj, but is otherwise much of the same size. Typically, no gourd is used, but the spherical part is gouged out of a solid block of wood. The neck is somewhat smaller in diameter. Jackwood is used throughout in the process. Bridges are usually cut from one piece of rosewood. Often, two rosettes are drilled out and ornamented with inlay work. Well, that's all with the introduction, history, and its construction. If you have liked today's part, then don't forget to drop a like in the video and share it with your family and friends. If you have any queries, then feel free to contact us. You will find the contact details down in the description. Tune in with us in the second part of the Tanpura introduction. To be notified when we upload the next video, go and hit the subscribe button and push the bell icon. You can follow us over Facebook and Instagram for more updates. Links are in description. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.